Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today we are looking at two different fuzz faces from TATE FX. Now, I was looking at buying a off-the-shelf fuzz face, and Stuart said to me from TATE, tell you what, I can make you a couple of different fuzz faces for you to choose which one you prefer, and then, try them all out and buy the one you like the most. So that's what he did. He made me a low gain germanium, a high gain germanium, and a BC108 silicon. All off the same circuit, just with different transistors to get the fuzz sound. I thought it'd be really interesting to A/B test them, so that you can get to hear what the difference between the germanium and the silicon fuzz is, so that I can get to hear what the difference is a little bit as well. And just to kind of see how they differ. Now, I'm only testing the high gain ones because the low gain one's a different beast. If you don't want to know up front which one is the silicon and which one is the germanium ones, I will count you down to 3 and then I'll wave at you to turn the sound back on. So turn the sound off in 1, 2, 3. So the one with the orange button is the silicon, the one without it is the germanium. Now, hopefully you have your volume back on. So I'm going to put these down on the floor and run a loop through them. Before you go insane, because of the way these are built, they have pickup simulators in them, so impedance simulators. So having them linked together, having a looper going through them without the guitar's impedance doesn't make any difference to the tone at all. I was going to play through them with kind of the same settings on each, and then I'll also reduce the input volume so you can hear what it sounds like turned down. I'm not going to say while they're playing which one's which, just so in case you didn't want to know which one was, and then at the end of it I'll sort of talk through it a little bit. Demo's about 3 minutes long, so we'll go over to that and then we'll have a little chat. So over to the floor with the demo. for those of you who are playing Guess Which One's Which, this is silicon, this is germanium. And they both sound different. They're the same circuit, but the difference in transistors makes a difference to the overall tone, which I didn't realise. So for me, the germanium has a more open kind of tone to it. And these are just words, but to me it sounds more open. There's a better note definition. It's a bit more kind of free in its tone. Whereas the silicon is much tighter, but almost sounds a little bit muffled compared to the germanium. Now, that's a very easy thing to fix with the EQ, but just next to each other, they sounded... I thought that was the biggest difference in tone. I also thought that I found the sort of fuzzy tone of the germanium one to be slightly more pleasing to my ear. Now, that's really strange, because this is the one that's on my board at the moment, and I think... and officially, this is the one that I'm buying. I may have a word with Stuart and possibly change my mind to this germanium one, because, I don't know, it just sounded to my ears, just next to each other, just sounded like the better sounding pedal. Hard to explain. They both respond really well to the volume control. They both sound good. I don't know. The germanium one just seemed to nudge it for me. Which I wasn't expecting. I really expected the silicon one to kind of shine for me. Now, it may just be the setup I've got on my pedal board, because I've got like these both go into a blues breaker. Maybe this responds better to the blues breaker than this one does. I don't know. But just back to back, like, or side to side, no other effects, just going into a clean amp. To me, I really love the sound of the germanium, but I wouldn't complain if this was put on my board either. What did you think? Did you hear a difference? If you were playing the game of, you know, which one's which, did you spot which one was silicon, which one was germanium? Really interested to know if you could tell the difference, or even if you knew which one was which, you could tell the difference from the point of view of, oh yeah, that's definitely how a germanium one's supposed to sound. Yeah, let me know in the comments. That was a fun little test. I really enjoyed that, and definitely one of these is staying with me. Not sure which one. Maybe you guys could tell. Maybe I'll put a poll on the top. Should I go for germanium or silicon? Let me know. Until next time, I'll see you again soon. Cheers, guys.